chowder. Who doesn't love a bowl of clam chowder? And so I hope it inspires you to stay with me because it's a simple recipe. Done right, it is a crowd pleaser every single time. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring you over and let you see what I've got going, and we'll get to making this. If this inspires you to stay along, go down in that show more box below and check out my Wild Tree website, as well as my Facebook page. Hit like over there and come join in on the conversation. All right, and don't forget, I'm a sun oven dealer as well, so if you need a sun oven this winter to cook outside, utilizing the sun and cooking for free, get in touch with me. All right, guys, come on, let's go make some homemade clam chowder. Delicious. I'm really excited that you decided to stay for this video. I don't think you'll be disappointed. We're going to put together a delicious clam chowder, and it really doesn't take very long. A little prep work. I've got a couple cloves of garlic minced up finely, one kind of small onion that I diced up real fine, 2 ribs of celery diced up, about equal amount of these are baby carrots, organic, 1 red potato diced up, just about the same size. I've got 3 strips of bacon that I've browned off. Now you could do this in the pan, but I want to cut the amount of fat because we're going to be using cream at the end, and so cream and milk. So cutting the fat, I rendered that off and won't use the bacon fat in here, if that makes sense. I'm going to start this off though with the bacon flavor. Wild Tree smoky bacon flavored grapeseed oil. And I'm just going to put down enough to get the vegetables sweating, and that would be about a tablespoon of whatever oil you're going to use. So let's move some of this here out of the way. And we're going to get our vegetables sauteed. I just want to get them all down in the pan, all together. That way the garlic won't burn. I love how fast this little burner comes up to temperature. Just fabulous. And I can regulate it really quickly to a lower temperature if I need to. Now I can get this cutting board out of the way and bring you a little closer to you. Okay, so we're right on top of this, and they're already sweating nicely. I'm going to add some Himalayan pink salt, just to kind of encourage them to let loose of their moisture. Just about, 3 or 4 grinds. You don't want a lot, 1/4 of a teaspoon or so, because there's going to be sodium in the bacon. There's also sodium in the chicken stock that I'll be using, so we don't want too much. And then I've got a healthy pinch of cracked black pepper and a pinch of red pepper flakes, because we know we love it spicy. Okay, so while that's sweating down, I'll get the rest of my ingredients ready. Okay, now that I've got that going, I'm just going to go ahead, because you start getting little brown bits on the bottom. As soon as that starts happening and your veggies are kind of starting to turn translucent, you're ready. So I've got 1/3 of a cup of white wine, your choice of what you like, and that kind of will help deglaze the pan a little bit. See, now it's already getting a nice stock here. Yum. I'm excited. And I like to use red potatoes for my potato factor. They hold up under cooking really well and don't get all mushy. And so I just have these all chopped up and ready to go. They're going in right now. And you can see I'm only using this 3-quart Dutch oven. So I can really feel like these veggies have had some time to get happy in here. So now I'm going to add in clams, and I'm using canned whole clams, baby clams, in their juice, in their nectar. You could do fresh. If I was going to do it for a big crowd, I would probably go ahead and get some fresh clams or fresh clam meat, but canned is just as good. And then I throw a little bit different spin on it. I like the brightness of a lemon, but I don't want it necessarily juiced in here and zested, so I'm going to let this wedge of lemon just simmer in the broth. And here's my bacon. And now it's time to add the chicken stock. And we're going to let this simmer until all the veggies are nice and tender and the flavors have had a chance to really marry up. And look how beautiful it looks already. And for some really nice herb flavor, when I'm ready to add my cream, I'm going to add some fresh chopped parsley to the mix. But look at that. You could actually have this soup just the way it is and omit the cream if you wanted, but I like a thick and hearty clam chowder. We're going to see how much starch the potatoes are going to thicken this up, and then I'll probably do a flour slurry at the end. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. The house smells so good. Those vegetables are done. This has been a pretty good simmer, as you can see, for about, half hour. All the flavors really have had a chance to get married up. I'm going to get that lemon wedge out. And this is just one way I do clam chowder. So we'll get that lemon wedge out. And I poked holes in the pods, the juice pods on each side of that so it would release the juice into this. And it really doesn't change it to a lemony flavor, but it brightens it. So now what I'm going to do is I've got about a fourth of a cup, I guess, of fresh chopped parsley that I want to throw in there. And you throw that in at the end because you don't want the fresh herb to lose its flavor, and so I like to put the fresh herbs in at the end. If it was a dry herb, I'd probably put it in the beginning. Sometimes I put them in the beginning. But now you can see, look how bright that looks. It's absolutely fabulous. So I have a milk slurry, and this is just all-purpose flour and milk. And I'm going to pour some of that down there. I've whisked that together, cold milk, whisk that together, and we're going to slowly bring this to the thickness that we want. And once we get really close, then we're going to add our cream. It's going to be delicious and ready to serve. I can't wait. So I'll bring you back when we're about ready to get the cream in. All right, you guys, I am just perfect. I only added about half of the slurry that I had, but you can see it's not watery, but it's not too thick either. We want this a nice hearty soup, and the parsley has just added such a brightness to it. Now I'm going to add my cream, turn off the heat at this point. It's got plenty of residual heat. I'm going to add some heavy cream to this, and you don't need a lot to cream it up. Oh, but doesn't that look beautiful? Now, if you were going to do a heavier fat version, you would do a roux at the beginning with your vegetables and all that. But I really wanted to try to lighten it up somehow. So this is my lighter version, I guess you'd say. A little more. And you could use just milk. That was my slurry, was 2% milk. All right. I think this is just about perfect. Let me take you to the serving station and we'll serve up and get a taste test because it's irresistible. I can't wait. All right, so it's finally time for a taste test, and I have to tell you, I am so excited about this. I haven't had this in a couple of years, so just a little more cracked black pepper. Ooh, baby. That's gonna be delicious. And we want to clean up our plate here. Don't want that in the picture. A little garnish of parsley just to show a little brightness here. You want it appealing to your guests or whoever you're serving. And then right in the middle, we're going to put a little more of that crispy crumbled bacon. And how beautiful is that? I think it's pretty enough for a picture. What do you think? Let's get a picture. And I'm really, really happy with the consistency. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It's got plenty of clams for the amount. And it's really still very hot. So we're gonna, go in with the hot bite. Here we go. Blow on it. Wow. I love the brightness of the parsley and the celery and potatoes and carrots just make it feel hearty. The clam flavor is there, but it's not so overpowering that you go, oh, that's a little fishy. So I've got this alongside a grilled piece of crusty sourdough. This is a cracked wheat sourdough. It's delicious. Wow. This is definitely going to be a 3-bite ending. Sorry, guys. I know it's hard to watch, but it's so good. Oh, goodness. What a treat. That is fabulous. And you can actually just pick up a hint of that brightness from the lemon. I hope you try that. I use lemon in a lot of soups that you go, what? But it really works. And it works especially well in this one. It just brightens up the soup. It almost gives it a lighter feel, and it actually enhances the flavor of all the vegetables and herbs. So I hope this inspires you to step outside the box you might be in, make some clam chowder for your family, and you know what? I hope you subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you do, then you get my videos